Say hello to life changing all the time.
Hello, I'm Torsten Casper,
And I'm Sam Gaiman.
and we're from Chisholm & Gaiman, and we're very happy to be here at number 8 Joyce Street, here in beautiful Elwood, Sam.
We certainly are, Torsten, in one of Elwood's most luxurious kitchens. And we'd like to thank Michelle and Peter, our vendors. We just sold the home for them. And it gives us one of the best house sales for 2023, Torsten.
And in fact, it's one of the top 3 house sales, and Sam, I think as a company we have all 3.
You are absolutely right, we do. And to top it off, we also have the highest apartment sale, Torsten, and
Highest townhouse sale, Sam.
the highest townhouse sale. So it's been a great year for the firm in what has been a different marketplace, but we've been matching the buyers to the right properties. And what a kitchen we have to cook in today.
And given it's a luxury kitchen, Sam, we're actually going to make a very special omelette that you've single-handedly chosen the ingredients for. What sort of omelette, Sam?
Well, yes, we're going to amplify an omelette. It is going to be a crab omelette with a little touch of caviar, Torsten.
Very special, Sam.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to cooking this for you. I guess I should run you through a few of the ingredients that we're going to use. And for those of you that don't like crab, don't worry. The secret here is that you can amplify and elevate your omelette in any way using the basic recipe, and then you can just add whatever you want. So if you're vegetarian, it's easy. If you like a bit of ham or bacon or something else, you can do that as well. But today the ingredients are the all-important eggs, a little bit of watercress because we'd like a side salad with our omelette today, Torsten. We're going to throw in a bit of parsley. We have some, and I'm not sure if I'm going to say this correctly, even though I was recently in Paris, some Gruyere cheese.
Nice, Sam.
That was probably a very bad pronunciation. Some creme fraiche. The all-important, what's that, Torsten?
The crab, Sam.
The crab meat. You're doing well there. Torsten?
The caviar, Sam.
The caviar, the all-important caviar. Some Danish butter, Lurpak, but you can use any butter you like. I just happen to like that one, probably because my brother lives in Copenhagen. And also some beautiful olive oil that some friends gave me from Europe. And this is a bit of a special treat, the Australian white balsamic vinegar, which is for our side salad, Torsten.
It's beautiful, and all the ingredients we purchased from Leaf and Cleo's.
So all local.
All local, Sam.
Supporting the Elwood locals. So there you go. So Torsten, I'm going to get you to grate some cheese, but while we're doing that, why don't we tell the guys a little bit about the market, what's happening?
Absolutely.
Bit of an overview, so go for it.
So I think the key for us at this point in time is that the interest rate hold has been significant as far as numbers now starting to come to the marketplace. And we're seeing some really good numbers come through homes, and that selection that hasn't been there for the last few months, that choice of variants in homes is really coming to the fore now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we saw one of the big banking players offer lower fixed rates. It's a sign that things have stabilised and that rates are going to see some changes into the next year. So people are planning and they're getting out there. I mean, some of our open for inspections on the weekend, we saw, in some instances, 20 or 30 groups.
We did need. And to give our audience some normal numbers, benchmarks are if we get into double figures, we're pretty happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Double figures is normally a really good result. So we're starting to see people that are really out and about getting decisive, and they're still, as we talked about before, they want to upsize, downsize, move around. People are changing, people are retiring and moving regional, coastal.
Yes.
So it's bringing more properties onto the market and more choice as we come into spring. But importantly, if you are thinking of selling, don't wait.
Correct.
There could be more stock as we probably get into that, later October, November, December period. So if you can just beat the rush, it'll be worthwhile.
Well, yeah, we're finding there's actually some real decisiveness in the marketplace. So it's a good time to be selling and buying. And as we said, there's choice out there, and there's also a real grouping of buyers that are prepared to pay well for the right property.
That's right. So looks like you've done a very interesting job with the grading here, Torsten. Anyway, the good news is the cheese is ready. So we'll move on and we'll get the next stage of the omelette going. And by the way, I love your Chisholm & Gaiman shirt.
And I love yours too, Sam.
Yeah, very well coordinated today, Torsten. So how are you at cracking eggs?
Probably worse than I am at grating cheese.
All right, I'll take over the
Why
eggs.
don't you show me one?
But
Show me one.
I do have
You got a method.
another important job for you, because you can prep the salad for me, which is the watercress. That of course we've pre-washed the salad, everybody. If you wanted to tear off some of that watercress and just put it in the little bowl here, because we'll make a salad out of that. Now, of course, I'll probably make a meal of this egg cracking, but we'll see how we go. So we're going to do 6 eggs into the bowl, and that way we can, general rule of thumb, if I'm making an omelette, I like to have 3 eggs per omelette. So what we'll do is we'll make an omelette here with 6 eggs so that we can do 2 omelettes if we want to. And that way we've also got a backup. But I'm sensing that you're hungry today, Torsten.
So does it mean we're eating one each? And
one each, and
actually, we might need to share with Lib or our camera.
we might need to share with our cameraman. Okay, so I've got three eggs in here so far. Another number 4, another 2 to go. So into this we'll also do a bit of creme fraiche, and that's really just to give this omelette an extra richness. So as I said before, if you wanted to make an omelette, this is the base of any good omelette. Okay, eggs, creme fraiche, a little bit of cheese. Now, if you're a vegetarian, you like a cheese omelette, it'd be vegetarian, not vegan, of course, unless you're doing vegan cheese. You can mix up the different cheeses you put in there, Gruyere, Parmesan, whatever you like. So it's very flexible. So Torsten, this is the creme fraiche. So what we have in here, not sure if you can see that, but 6 eggs, okay? And if you could please kindly give a good healthy spoon of creme fraiche into the bowl there for me. Great, that looks good. Excellent, excellent. Okay, maybe just a tiny bit more, just a tiny bit more for good measure. That's perfect. Yep, that's fantastic. That'll be great. Now it's important to season your omelette. So if you wouldn't mind, Torsten, just a bit of pepper in there.
How many turns? Enough?
Another one.
One more for good luck.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll get a bit of salt in there, a few turns of salt, like a bit of saltiness. Now there is a bit of saltiness in the crab, so we don't need to over salt that. Now that Gruyere that you kindly grated for us,
Move this out of the way.
we'll just get that onto the board here. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Finely grated Gruyere, one of the best cheeses in the world, one of the most purchased cheeses in the world. Okay, so we're just going to go a handful of Gruyere cheese, sprinkled from above.
With love.
With love, with a bit of Chisholm and Game and love, and even the eggs are on brand. Okay, and then the all-important,
You did well with the eggs, Sam. Not one little shell in there.
not one shell.
Perfect.
The all-important whisk, if you wouldn't mind whisking that together. We'll add the crab meat in a moment. So, Torsten, we've been working together for over 20 years.
20 years.
Over 20 years. So a little bit of synergy.
Lots of synergy, and there's been a few ups and downs in the marketplace, hasn't there, in that time?
Well, when I started, there was the Ansett crash. There was some global uncertainty with September 11. I started 2 days before September 11.
You did.
So we've been through ups and downs. We know how to navigate all sorts of markets.
And that's the key, is the experience that between the two of you and I and the team, we're able to navigate any of those issues that do arise in these marketplaces.
Yeah, that's right. And we've got a great team of, well, both sales and property managers.
We do.
So we're very proud of those staff members and very supportive. And
How's that looking, Sam?
oh, that's looking terrific. Thank you. So that's a good consistency there. So we've whisked up those eggs. We're ready to go. The only thing we're going to add is that crab meat. Oh, there it is, Torsten. So this is some beautiful crab meat. We haven't gone out and grabbed the crabs ourselves, not this time, but this is a nice little cheat. So this is some beautiful crab meat. It smells wonderful,
doesn't it?
Yeah. So do you want to would you like to do the honours? So I'd say,
How many spoons? What do you think, Sam?
well, how luscious do you like it? How
How do we say 3?
3? Yeah, let's have a look at 3, maybe 4.
Maybe
I keep telling him to do one extra.
There we go.
Okay,
4 it is.
so we'll give that a little bit of a whisk in. All right, this is looking good.
It's looking great.
Are you happy with that?
Very happy, Sam.
Okay, excellent. Now, Torsten, just a little bit of work to do on finishing that side salad, and then we can get cooking. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about with the market, the team?
Well, I think as we're heading into spring, it's really important to start getting your property ready for sale. So those simple things, as the weather gets a bit dry, external painting can be a bit hard in winter, so you can start to do those sorts of aspects. But in the wet weather, clearly there's a lot of opportunities for you to declutter and get those bits and pieces that you've lived with in your own home, as we all do, which don't translate when you're selling. You get one opportunity to present, and it's really important that you go that extra mile to present the property at its absolute peak.
That's right, and we have lots of tips and tricks. So if you wanted to give us a call, we can pop over and run you through some ideas that we have. It's always important as well, I think people forget that when you have the photography done and you're standing in front of the property, that sometimes the home can be hidden by all the foliage. So it's always a good idea to get out your camera, your iPhone, take a photo, see what it looks like, and maybe you need to trim back that camellia tree or some of the hedge, or maybe you need to move the beloved lemon tree out of the way.
Or even paint the front fence that you walked past the last 10 years.
Yeah, and it's those things, because you walk in and out, you're in a rush, you want to get cooking an omelette, you're not thinking about what the front fence looks like. So this is a beautiful olive oil that was gifted to me recently by some friends who are in Italy. So if you wouldn't mind, Torsten, just pouring a little bit of olive oil in there, a couple of splashes, that'd be lovely. This is our salad. So you just probably go a little bit more. That's it. And then this is the white balsamic vinegar, which...
It's a squeaky gate, Sam.
Yeah, this is beautiful because it has a little sweetness, and just on a salad, you just drizzle a little bit on there. And this is like absolute gold, this stuff. So that's really all you need to do for that side salad, except perhaps a little... Would you mind doing the pepper? You were so good at it before.
So complicated, Sammy.
Okay, and literally you just give that a little bit of a whisk around, and that salad is ready to go. We haven't dressed it too early because we don't want it to be soggy, but we're ready to go with this beautiful watercress. Watercress just adds an element of class, and we're all about class in this kitchen that Michelle and Pete have kindly lent to us. So we're ready to cook. We'll move over to the stove. We'll show everybody how to do this beautiful, luscious omelette.
Can't wait, Sam.
Yeah, you ready?
We're ready. Let's go.
Hello to life changing all the time.
Questions I've always got when you're cooking an omelette is how much butter do you put down on the pan?
As much as possible. And we have some butter here, Torsten. I divided it into 2. So it's up to you, TK, whether you want to...
I'm going to go with you.
Okay.
You would make my mother proud. She loved her butter.
I think we'll start with 1, and I'm just checking the temperature here. I have the gas on about halfway. I'm not heating it too much because I don't want to overheat this egg.
Yes.
So we'll just let that butter melt into there. I'm going to put in a little bit of olive oil too because I think it goes quite well. Just a little bit of olive oil in there. Now, the butter does give it a beautiful richness. And as you can see, that's really giving plenty of tastiness to that pan.
It is.
Do you think your mum would be happy with that?
I think she'd probably want you to throw in the other piece.
Isn't it amazing? My grandmother used to have these banana sandwiches covered with butter.
Yeah.
It was a thing, wasn't it? Okay, so now we're going in with the egg, Torsten, and we have that beautiful crab meat in there. Now you might remember that I said that we would do a double mixture. So we want to get in about half, and I'm just going to spoon it in because I don't want to miss out on all that beautiful crab meat.
So do I take it I'm getting the first one, am I?
Oh, you're getting the first one. How lucky are you? Okay, so that's about half.
Looks good.
Would you kindly, we have some chopped parsley, would you kindly add that in?
Just an even spread, Sam?
An even spread. Yep. Parsley and egg are 2 great friends. Yeah. Like us.
They are. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Now, in a moment, we'll add in a little bit more of that beautiful Gruyere cheese. Now, what we want to do with the omelette is I like to just move it around a little bit to see whether it's cooking. You can see if you do that, it is starting to firm up on the bottom.
Yep.
So the trick with an omelette, this is what most people don't realise, is you just want to gradually just move it in, kind of fold it in almost, and gradually move it in like that. And you can see how it's starting to form these little peaks. The important thing with an omelette is to not overcook it. So you want that balance between an omelette that is well cooked on the outside, but not too overcooked on the inside. And that's why we move this into the center and we just play with it a little bit like that. Now, what you want to retain is you want to retain that beautiful sort of soft glistening color on the top. Okay, so what I've done is I've moved that all back in. Okay, and now what we're going to do is not cook that top anymore, but just cook the bottom. And what I'd like you to do is to add half of that cheese sprinkled across the top. And that's because it will just have a softly melting effect, and it's not going to, it gives you that extra sort of cheesy creaminess when you bite into the omelette when we're finished.
Perfect.
Now again, I'd just add one more.
I was trying to leave you a bit more cheese, Sam.
You were waiting for it, weren't you? Okay, so that effectively is a cooked omelette. What we want to do is I'm just going to have a quick little look just to see how it's going underneath. But that is effectively done, okay?
So you can overcook an omelette.
You can. I mean, look, some people like an omelette that's really, really well done. So you can see a little bit of colour there. That, in my opinion, is done. If you wanted to add more cheese, if there was anything else you wanted to add, if you were doing a ham one, you might add a little bit of ham in, or you can cook it through. It really depends on how you like your omelette. But effectively, that is done and ready to go. We're going to take it over and we plate it up.
Well, can't wait.
Well, Torsten, a very successful omelette, wouldn't you say?
It looks fantastic, Sam.
So for those of you out there, here we go. So I'm going to show you quickly how to plate this up, and then I'm going to hand over to you. This is for a very important job, Torsten. So what I like to do is bring the frying pan down to one side on an acute angle like that, and I'm trying to get it out in one go. I'm going to bring the spatula up on this side and get underneath the omelette, and I've probably done that in almost 2 goes, but that's okay. It should just roll out. So there we go. There's the beautiful omelette. And then, thank you, I do have a very important job for you, Torsten. How good does that look? It's beautifully coloured. I probably could have plated up just a little bit better, but I'm going to ask you, Torsten, to have a bit of watercress salad onto the side of the plate for us.
Let's just...
Don't worry, they're clean hands.
We've all washed before the cooking session, which is what we've been taught since we were 3 or 4, Sam.
Yes, we all
Always
learned.
wash your hands before cooking.
Absolutely, that's the rule. And then now, Torsten, this is kind of like Mary Poppins' spoonful of sugar. It's the caviar on top. I'm going to leave this one up to you.
Okay, I'm just going to edge it there.
Oh, wow.
There we go, Sam.
That is a thing of beauty. The crab omelette. Well done, Torsten.
Well cooked. And I'm sorry for holding you back, Sam.
Great job, tea cake. You make a fantastic chef. Well, it's been a pleasure, hasn't it?
It's been a pleasure cooking in this amazing kitchen. This will be the first of a few. We're depending on the fact that we're going to sell some other great homes. So if you've got a great home for us to sell at Chisholm Game, it's never too early to call Sam or myself. There's some great opportunities out there in the marketplace.
And it's always great, Torsten, for us to be able to show off how great somebody's kitchen is. So perhaps you might want to let us cook and let us sell your house.
Well, Sam, now it's the actual truth test.
Indeed. Let's find out what the crab omelette's like. We better get a
little bit of caviar.
Oh, a bit of the caviar. Absolutely, yeah. That's it. I can see some crab in there.
Sammy, perfection. Well done, buddy. That is an amazing omelette.
That's a wrap.
Say hello to life changing all the time.